cocinando en el laboratorio. Yo vine del lodo, ahora quieren fotos. Y vamos por todo, cocinando en el lab.
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the GMRT Experience. I'm excited today because this is actually our first episode here in the lab. So for a while, I've been, thinking about I should probably start making these episodes in the lab, and we made it happen. And I'm even more excited because I'm over here with my homie Santos Jaguar, and he's gonna share his story and what he does and all that cool stuff with us. So let's get it started. What's up, bro? How you doing today?
What up, bro? Good, man. I'm chilling. A little tired from the long weekend, but that's part of the grind, right? We talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
So you were like, you're wild, man. I was out networking last night.
Yeah.
I was out in the clubs with the DJ homies, just like putting in some work, hosting, being a hype man, all that stuff.
That's good.
Yeah, I wasn't booked, but I think it's good to like stay active.
Yeah.
And just add value, man.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes I'd get in my own way. Like I'd be like, oh, well, I'm not getting paid, so why am I gonna be there?
Yeah.
But it's like, nah, man, like they love you. You can go in for free. Like there's already that connection there with that club. So it's like, why not,
Yeah.
So
tell us, so I know what you do, but people that are hearing this, so tell us a little bit about what you do and what you're all about.
Yeah, so I'm a Latin music artist, hype man, MC, and yeah, I do music. I do Latin music. I do cumbia, reggaeton. I just had someone earlier ask me too. They're like, "What's the main theme of your music? Like, what type of music do you do?" Because I am kind of all over the place, so I just say Latin music. Latino music. Yeah. So yeah, man, that's what I do. I've been doing it for about 10 years now since I started doing music. I started as a hip hop artist originally, like a rapper.
Okay.
And now I still incorporate some of those elements into my music, but now I'm like trying to get into more like, singing and like, vibes basically. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's pretty much what I do. Yeah, I just bring the vibes.
So you say you've been doing this for 10 years. If somebody that's listening to this episode, because this podcast is all about giving back, helping people level up, get better, what's a good piece of advice that you have for people that are, starting out, whatever they may want to be doing? They want to be an artist, whatever, but, they're hearing you, it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
So what's your best piece of advice for somebody listening to this as they start their journey or they're in their journey to keep going?
I think the biggest thing, man, and I will say that the last 5 years, I always say it like this. I said, yes, I've been doing it for 10, but taking it more serious or approaching it correctly or better is been about 4 or 5 years. And the reason why, the advice is it's all about relationships. It's all about networking. It's all about, the value that you can bring,
Yeah.
And just little by little, that applies to any field that you're in pretty much.
Yeah.
It can be anything that you're doing, not even music. And that it's what value can I bring? I think that's the biggest advice. I don't feel like I'm at where I want to be yet, but sometimes I'll come across these other artists that just started, and they'll approach me how I used to approach other artists back in the day. And what I mean by that is there's no value exchange. It's just can you do this for me? And it's okay, well, what do you have to offer?
Yeah.
And that's hard because it's I feel like people when they first hear that or they're not in that mindset, they're kind of oh, so it's an exchange thing or you're just using each other. It's no, you have to build a relationship.
Yep.
So I think, again, that's the biggest advice is building relationships. What really has helped me, I would say kill it in Salt Lake City is networking and building the relationships with the club owners, with DJs, adding value with them.
Yeah.
It's okay, well, you can perform, be an artist, cool, but what else can you do?
Yeah.
And that's where I started getting into hosting or hype man or just, again, adding value. And not just that, but having good relationships with those individuals that are in those positions, by being a team player, having a good attitude, things that we always hear and all know, but it's just it's not as easy as it seems because just in any field that you're in, bro, there's going to be that challenging person that just gets under your skin. but they're the person that's gonna help you get to that next level.
Yeah.
It's always like that. You know, it's like Mario, bro. Like you have to beat that person to get to that next level, you know? And not necessarily beat them, but you know what I mean? Beat the challenge, you know, of whatever way that they may act or whatever. Because that's what I've dealt with when you're dealing with like DJs, promoters, you know, like egos, you know, personalities. You're just like, you know, you're kind of clashing a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, man, like, how can we get through this and see the bigger picture of...
Yeah. No, and I agree with that, especially as, you know, as you keep going on your journey, like, it doesn't get any easier.
No.
This is why I like to tell people, it doesn't get any easier. You just get stronger. The challenges, they're never going to disappear.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, whoever's starting out, if you can get in your head that it's always going to be constant growth, challenges, adversity that you got to overcome, it will actually make the journey more fulfilling. Because even myself right now, like one of the things that I try to do the most is, you know, stay grounded. And I know you do this, and we're going to touch bases on this.
Yeah.
Because as you go, you forget that, holy shit, I'm doing something cool here. And you look back and you reflect that I haven't enjoyed like the journey. Does that make sense? So what do you think about that, bro?
Yeah, I mean, man, and that kind of goes hand in hand with what we just said, right? Like, there's these things that are challenging. Like in the moment, for example, I did one of the probably most corporate, biggest pop-in venues out in Salt Lake, you know, a few months back. It was a bucket list because I feel like I've done...
Was that an All-Star Weekend?
No, it was...
Because he was in All-Star Weekend too.
I was in
part of
All-Star
that.
Weekend. Yeah, I was part of the All-Star Weekend. There was a lot of festivities going on in the city.
Yeah.
So I was part of one of the events that were happening. There was just a lot of events going on. It wasn't, and that'll be my goal next time, is like be more a part of the official events. But with it being in Salt Lake, being a local, we tapped into the locals doing stuff. So it was cool, man. It was real nice. Like, I got a little interview on the news or whatever, and people were like really liked it. And it's crazy because it's like, to me, it wasn't no big deal. It was just a regular interview on the news, but a lot of people like seeing that. I don't know if we were talking about it maybe the other day, but it's like people like to see you be in your element. You know, like when I just post like dumb meme videos, which is fun too. It's like, they'll get a little bit of interaction, but when they see me on the news or they see me like a music video, that's when I get the most likes because that's why they're following me. They're following me because I'm a music artist, right? Yeah. So I always got to remind myself of that. But yeah, to go back to the question though, like I was saying, like that's the challenging part of like being in the moment when you're like stressed out about this new challenge, right? I did this venue and it was a big accomplishment for me, like sold out show, you know. Sold out show, but there was a couple hiccups before the show, right? I was a little late, you know, these things happen, you know, the sound was a little off, like there was these little things, you know, that were kind of like throwing me off a bit, bro. Yeah. And I made a couple mistakes, you know, with some of my peers, and those peers reassured me, you know, they pulled me aside and were like, yo, my God, like I'm only telling you this because I care. And that in itself kind of shocked me that they told me that because I didn't think that they even thought about me in that way. They're like, but you need to like get your shit together. Long story short, right? They were like, you need to come correct. And I was like, you're right. But that even though it was positive, a negative turned into a positive, I was still in my head the whole time, man. Oh, I messed up. Dang it, man. Like the way I started this event, and while I was at the event, bro, I was just stressing out. You know, I had done my hair, bro. I was like ready. And like I looked at the photos, my hair's all messed up because I was like nervous, bro. Like I was like stressing out, playing with my hair, like, you know, just being like anxious, you know. Like I'm never usually anxious at my shows, you know. And so it's crazy because then when I look back at the photos, I'm like, wow, like you said, like you're like, holy snap, like that was dope. Like I did something cool here. Like I should be proud of myself, but sometimes you like trip out because you're like, I messed up or this little thing, you know. And so it's hard, man. It's hard, but all you can do is get better for the next time. Yeah. You know, and like I've had maybe one or two times in this music career that I literally felt like giving up. And I've never felt that. I don't feel that often, but there was two times that my peers kind of said something to me, or I had a moment of like I messed up so bad that I thought about it, but then I'm like, man, stop feeling sorry for yourself. Like all you can do is fix it for the next time, and get better. Like if not, then what the freak, And a lot of people unfortunately give up, in those really tough moments. But dude. So you got to just keep going.
It's important because that's the. There's no secret to anything that you want to accomplish in life. Mm-hmm. But if you would want to say, well, what's the secret? I would tell people it's just not quitting and not giving up. Yeah. Because I've had experiences like you're saying that about people taking you aside to kind of help you like, hey, bro, like get your shit together. Like this is how you do it here. I've had that happen so many times too in my business career.
And it's uncomfortable.
It's very uncomfortable. Like as a matter of fact, not just that, I remember some situations that I fucked up a deal with a client. Yeah. And bro, like it just happened to me yesterday. I'm walking the dog and I think about this deal that happened May last year, bro. That it went it was just something small and I felt uncomfortable. I'm like, bro, like, I had to tell myself, dude, that was like a year and a half ago. Yeah. Like let it go. So sometimes we gotta let those things go. Yeah. Learn from those mistakes, but let it go. Yeah. But anyways, another question that especially that you're Latino, you're representing la cultura over here, like for the culture. So, what's your experience being a Latin singer in Utah? Because here's the thing, for me, just looking from the outside, I hear white guys or white people or Americans, but you hardly ever hear a Latino making us that fucking guy is doing some shit, putting our culture, representing our culture. So what's been your experience being Latino and being an artist here in Salt Lake City and in Utah in general? That's LDS and all that.
Yeah, man, it's interesting because when I went out to LA to go network and do shows out there, it's like I get lost in the sauce in the good way, right? Because the sauce is good in the sense of there's so many Latinos in LA, right? Yeah. Where you just fit in, you feel comfortable, which is a good thing and a bad thing because it's you get kind of in the shuffle. You're not special anymore, Yeah. So it's in one hand or in one, on the one side of the coin, I guess you could say is I stand out, in Utah for that reason, right? And the problem that I've noticed out here, and it's funny, I hear people that have quit in music, right? They were reggaetoneros, whether they're Latin, they were from South America or whatever, right? They weren't Mexican or whatever, and they're like, oh, it's because out here nobody supports and this and that. And I'm like, bro, be quiet, it's true, but at the same time, it's are you creating something dope enough for people wanting to support? Because I've had a little taste of that with one song, right, where it was a cumbia song. It was the first one I ever did, and when something's dope, bro, you'll notice that these people that are watching, they shared it right away, right? Without me asking them, without me begging them, whatever. That's true. But then there's been other times where I thought that was going to be the case, and there was nothing there. So it's just okay, well, just got to keep... It's a weird thing, bro, in the creative field, you know? Because it's it's all subjective. You can make something, you can look at something and be like, that's dope to me, but then the next person can be like, yeah, whatever. Bro. And it's hard, bro. It's such a hard... it's a weird... art has its ups and downs when you're an artist, because you're so true. There's a meme that I seen that's life of an artist. It's one moment you're I'm the best ever, and then the moment you're dude, I'm the worst artist ever. No one likes my stuff or whatever, Yeah. So, but yeah, man, it's crazy. I had a chance to perform at American kind of club. Okay. And it's a trip because they don't know about the culture, but it's because of people like Bad Bunny and Despacito and these breakthrough records now. Yeah.
In Spanish, you mean?
Yeah, in Spanish. These songs have opened up the door, right? As we all know, Latino music, reggaeton specifically, has become very mainstream. Yeah. So like for people like me, it makes it a little bit more better, you know, like Pitbull. There's these certain people that have made it like more acceptable in U.S. culture. So even though they don't, in like Utah specifically, maybe they don't know how to dance it, they're still vibing, you know?
That's cool.
They're still vibing to it. Some people like it, some people don't, you know? They're kind of like, you know, because Utah, that's the thing, is like, it's not a very diverse place. So like, it's something so new, you know? They're still getting used to it, but it's like, we're in your face. Like, here we are, you can't ignore us. Like,
and I feel like I don't want to cut you off, but this thought process just came to my head that I feel like then by you being different actually might help out being here.
Yeah.
Because then that will put those eyes that usually, you know, somewhere else people wouldn't look to see you. And I have a mentor that says all the time, like, there's no bad advertising. If they're talking shit, they're going to go look at your shit. Yeah. It's up to you to prove them that your shit ain't shit.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, I love that, bro. I love that. Because a lot of people have told me, you know, and I have thought about it, like going to a place like LA, but it's like, I just get lost in the shuffle at that point. So I look at the positives of being like in a place like Utah and doing what I'm doing, you know? It has its advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah.
But not to say that I think it's never a bad idea to expand either.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of other different artists and music people be like, no one's made it from Utah, you know, no one's looking at Utah, there's no record labels here, there's no, you know, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, yeah, but nowadays, bro, like with the internet, it's like you don't need to live in LA to blow up, you know? Like you have all these random kids from like Minnesota or like random states.
Alabama, bro.
Alabama, wherever, you know, like blowing up.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it's never a bad idea to get out of your city and network. So I'm also not saying that, just to make that super clear.
I want to talk about a little bit about our collaboration.
Yeah.
So as I was prepping for this podcast today, you know, I was thinking about like our friendship and how we know each other. And this is actually our second collaboration. No, sorry, third collaboration.
Yeah, it is. Is it? What?
Yeah, I thought it was our first one.
Oh no, yeah, not our first.
No, but then I thought, okay, the music video at Station Party, that was our first one.
Oh yeah.
Then we did a small clothing long sleeve.
Yep. And
then now this song Laboratorio that we're about to record a music video here in the next few weeks. Exactly. So I'm planning on having this podcast release as we're releasing the music video, so we kind of have momentum.
I love it.
And I'm only explaining this because I want people to understand too that we're just not sitting here bullshitting on a Sunday. Like, yeah, we're hanging out, but we're also putting some type of work. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people think like work is like you need to like physically go like, I don't know, for us, like do some shoes, like, and no, like networking. Because you and me talk about a lot about networking. But anyways, going back to our music video, dude, I think I just want to talk to you about how did the lyrics came, because I remember when you hit me up, hey, I'm in the studio for the song, and I was like, okay, shit, all right, yeah, let's go. And then out of nowhere, you tell me, I just came up with the fucking lyrics on the spot. Yeah. Like, that shit's wild, bro. Like, explain that to me, because it's a banger, man. Like, that, we're going to hear that song blasting all throughout the valley here in Salt Lake. But I really want to ask you, how does that happen, bro?
Yeah, honestly, like, we were playing with the idea. Like, we had talked, you know, about, like, hey, what direction do we want to go as far as beat, vibe? And then I kind of just took the lead on it, right? Like, I think you told me something that you're like, you're the creative here, like, create, you know, do your thing. Like, I'm not gonna control, like, how you create this thing. And I love that. That was like, all right, bet, say less, you know?
Yeah.
It was like, cool, you know? It wasn't so, like, strict on, like, oh, it has to be this, it has to say this. You're just kind of like, do your thing, bro, that's your thing. And I was like, all right, bet. So we ended up going with, like, a reggaeton, bachata, style, like, you know, from like the classic reggaeton from like the early 2000s, you know, because I was like, that's a vibe already. I've been wanting to do something like that.
Yeah.
And then for a while, dude, we were talking about it for probably 2 months, and I had no lyrics because I was just busy with other things.
Did you have the beat too or no?
No, the beat was created probably like after 2 months that we kept talking. I went in one day.
Who's the homies that did the beat? So
yeah, so Chris Nito,
Okay.
he lives out in Orem.
Cool.
He made the beat, right? So first I went to his house,
Okay.
right, to his home studio, and I said, bro, this is the style. And man, shout out to him, shout out to Chris Nito
Shout out for that, brother.
because he delivered, bro. Like I was just like, yo, this, and he's like, boom, cooked it up.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't write no lyrics, bro. I was just hanging out. I was just chilling. I kind of explained to him what we were doing, what you do, you know, et cetera, whatever. So the beat gets done. I book a session at a different studio with Adam Banks, which you met.
Yeah.
And again,
That's when you cook up, bro.
yeah, that's where we cooked up because I had no lyrics still. I still had nothing. And literally I showed up, we were in the studio for probably like 2 hours, you know, and on the spot. I like to work like that. I don't know why, but I work really good under pressure.
Dude, I relate to that, bro. Yes.
You know? And so I basically just said, all right, I looked at stuff that we talked about. You know, you're always like, I'm in the lab.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, you know? And so that's where that name, that theme came from, you know? And you're always like, bro, we're always cooking. Every time I call you, like, oh, we're cooking. So I was like, all right, that's the hook. That's the hook right there. You feel me?
Let's get it.
And so we ran with the whole laboratory vibe theme, you know? And then the lyrics, bro, like, I was just sitting there like, I mean, how long has it been now that we've known each other? Like 2 years?
2 years.
Yeah, bro. So like just the 2 years of knowing you, I just kind of was thinking about like your story, the things that you've kind of told me. And I think I told you too, and I told Adam, the producer, engineer, I was like, I've never done this for anybody like that. Like I've never wrote a song about somebody. And so I just took that.
Dude, you're giving me the chills, bro. Damn.
I took that approach, right? I was just like, all right, you know, this, where you're from, what you do, you know, you know, you know, having, I remember you'd be like, yo, I'm at the store looking for materials, you know, cloths. So I threw that in there, you know. You were like, bro, we gotta shout out my dog. So that was your only request,
bro. That was literally my only request. I was like, my dog gotta be in that fucking song.
Yeah.
that's like honestly, that's one of my. I love the song, but that's one of my favorite parts because like I just get to say not only that GMRT, my company, has a song, but I love my dog so much that he's in a freaking song. So if you dog your love and you don't have your dog on a song, like. I already beat you. I'm the number one.
Yeah, bro. I know. It makes me, I'm like...
now you got to do 1, 2 for your dog, bro.
Straight up. I got to do one with my dog, shout him out. I had one video, I think. It wasn't even my video. I think it was somebody else's. That I just went to go be a part of their video. I took my dog and he came out in someone else's video.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so I do want to definitely get my dog in the video for sure because he's like 8 right now. So I'm like, you know, gotta stamp him in time, you know.
Yeah.
You know, give him a memory right there. But yeah, man, and so yeah, basically just like I said, just went off of like your brand, your style.
Yeah.
Like just from knowing you, bro, like talking to you, you know, I did some shout outs in there. And so it just wrote itself pretty much. It was all there. All the information that I needed was there, like from knowing you, your social media, whatever, like what you present to the world, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, dude, it was fun, bro. We cooked it up in 2 hours. It was quick. Like, I remember I sent it to you right away, and you're like, bro, that was fast.
Yeah, but it's actually the intro for the podcast.
Yeah, it is exactly.
It's our intro, but yeah, I wanted to put that in just so people kind of know, because like I said, once we release this episode, like the music video with the song and everything, obviously, should be already out. Mm-hmm. So people can understand the story and especially like the Hispanic community, man.
Yeah.
Because see, when I was coming up in my business journey, I used to look at people from social media.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that everybody has it all together. And once you you start going on your own journey and you have this type of conversations with people that are actually doing something and putting it out there to the marketplace in the world, you realize that we're all going through certain things, you know? And then you start being like more like understanding of the journey because you realize, okay, man, I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
We're all freaking trying here.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, 100%, man. No, I agree. I think That's the thing I always have to remind myself. Like, yeah, they could be the wealthiest person, but that person like is not connected spiritually, or they got problems with their wife, or they got problems over here. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, bro, we're all human at the end of the day, you know?
Yeah.
So like, I always see past that. Like, yeah, materialistic things and all that success is good, but it's like, is everything else good in your life, you know? And so it's been a trip, man. Life's a trip for me because I feel like it's been like the opposite. Like, I haven't worried about so much of these other things because I've been so focused on my spirituality, my mental health, like all these other things that I kind of put aside, so-called the rat race, you know, let me stay up with the Joneses, you know, like people always telling me like, oh, you're so humble, this, that. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a like good thing or a bad thing. I mean, I know it's a good thing, but I know what they're trying to also say, like, oh, like you're not like flashy, or you're not, like, I'm like, I have my time to turn up to be flashy, and that's on the stage, but everything else is like...
It's balance.
It's balance, yeah, exactly.
No, dude, and it's very important because every time I talk to you, like, you're about to walk your dog. Mm-hmm. Same thing, like when I meet somebody that I know that they're walking their dog, I know that that's a happy person. I know that's a person that's doing the work, but the work behind the scenes, the work that people don't get to see on becoming a better person, because I do it too, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, so when you tell me, or when I see your stories on Instagram, like, you know, you're fucking walking your dog and the other dog. Whose fucking dog is that, bro? That little one.
The pug?
Yeah.
That's my roommate's dog.
Oh, okay. I always thought like this. I thought you just got another dog, bro.
Everybody thinks that.
But anyways, I see you're walking the dogs, and I'm like, yo, bro, like, I fuck with that because I walk my dog too, man, and I know what that's doing, connecting me and keeping me grounded, and that's where people come and tell you, yo, bro, you're humble, and people want to be around you because you're giving those good energies.
Yeah, man. And I tell that I had a conversation with somebody too, where it was a conversation of boundaries, remember? And I remember they were like, yeah, man, you're good vibes, like, you know, I thought you were gonna be chill with it, and I'm like. Okay, one thing is, and I'm gonna say this because I thought it was such a good point, is like, it takes work to have those good vibes. For me to get to that level, that boundary that you're crossed doesn't allow me to be in those good vibes.
Yeah.
So it's like, you have to put in that work to get to that good vibe.
Yeah.
You know, to be that, to show up as that person. You know what I mean? You have to put in that work. Like, it didn't just happen overnight. I just wasn't born like this. Like, it's a lot of work, you know, to ground yourself, to do spiritual work, you know, to show up as that good person, you know, and everything else will align. And I'm not, you know, I don't have everything figured out, you know, I think none of us do, right? But we're always constantly focusing. It's like, okay, I've worked on this part of my life. Now let me work on this part.
Yeah. Ooh, that's so good.
And then it all aligns, you know?
So good.
The goal is for it to all align, but man, it's, as long as you don't give up and you're just trying it every day, then it's like, I guess that's all that matters, man.
Dude, you're hitting a lot of points, because I'm the same way, man. Like, especially what you're talking about, like, people say that, but they don't know, like, it's a lot of work to be like that. I literally tell, like, my right hand, Ozzy, when he watches this, because he's the ones that gets to see the everyday of me, like. And I can keep it real with him. I'm like, bro, like, we're working on this on the business. It's very fucking hard. I don't really want to be super happy, but I still keep it cool. I'm like, bro, like, and then I'll come here in the lab. That's why me and him have such a good relationship. But there's times that I tell him, bro, there's a lot of work that it takes for you to get to see this chill guy that even under all the stress, I can keep it cool, bro. Because the old me, bro, dude, people don't know, like, me and Ozzy, we're going to do a podcast on this, but I fired Ozzy twice because I couldn't keep it cool, bro. Like, the stress. Yeah. The moment I started doing that work that you're talking about, that it's a lot of work. Yeah. But I want to ask you something. I see you every morning. You post on social, you're at the gym. Yeah. Right now, something that I'm working on and trying to get better is waking up a little earlier. Here's the thing, I make my own schedule. Yeah. So to me, I can wake up like technically, if I wanted to wake up at noon, I could, but I know I have to have discipline. But every time I see your stories that you're at the gym, that motivates me. I'm like, fuck, I need to start waking up early so I can go to the gym, because I've been putting it for, I've been going to the gym late at night, and the energy is not the same. It's not the same. So, how do you do that, bro? I've been meaning to ask you this. I'm like, bro, because I want to fucking wake up earlier. Hey, I know you're always cooking late at night, so I'm like, how is this fucking guy waking up at 6 in the morning to work out, and he just went to bed at 3?
Yeah, and that's a rare occasion, you know. I don't do that every night.
You want any water or anything, bro?
I'm good right now. Okay. Yeah, I'm good right now. Thank you. I don't do that every night, staying up till 3. Usually my regular schedule is I go to bed around 11. And it's just become a routine now, bro. Honestly.
But so what time do you wake up though?
Nowadays, I used to wake up at like 5 in the morning, 6 to go.
Yeah, bro.
My old schedule, but my new schedule right now, I wake up at 6:50. So I can get to the gym at 7.
And I'm assuming every day is fucking hard to wake up at 6:50, or every other day, or how does it feel?
Every day, yeah, Monday through Friday. It's tough, yeah. Lately, it's been a little bit tough.
But you still do it.
But I still do it just because now it's been more than 30 days, because they say it takes 30 days to create a habit.
So it's been longer than that?
Yeah, I've been doing that schedule or waking up early now for, I don't even know how long now. It's been maybe a year or less than a year.
Okay.
So it's just part of me now. You know, Monday through Friday is just part of me. And yeah, it's not easy, bro. Like, I do drink pre-workout in the morning to like give me a little boost, but...
What kind of pre-workout?
I've been taking Celsius, like drinking Celsius.
Oh, yeah.
And, but like the funny thing is like, since I drink it so much now, it doesn't do nothing to me. Like, I don't feel it anymore. Before I would be like, ooh, I'd get hyped. But now it doesn't do nothing, bro, which I think that's kind of bad, but I need to take a break from it. But yeah, that's my thing, you know, it's my coffee to have my brain to like, yo, wake up. But yeah. I realized though, as soon as you start moving, even like, because I'm still drinking it as I'm working out slowly, it's not in my system yet, but as soon as I start lifting or moving something, it's like, you're just there, bro. It's like what's the, like brain memory, or what is it called?
Muscle memory?
Muscle memory. It's just like, it's just a habit now. And then like the movement itself starts waking you up, bro.
Yeah.
You know, that's really what it is. So yeah, man. I mean, I just try to go to bed as early as possible, like at 11, just because of my new schedule.
Yeah.
And like, as soon as I get home, because I'm looking at a computer screen all day, it's like, okay, time to go to bed. Yeah. And man, I'm just so used to it, even if I wanted to sleep and I can't. For example, when I have the late nights, my body's so used to waking up at 7, 6, that even if I'm exhausted,
you wake up.
I'm up, bro. I'm up, and I'm just like, nah, let me sleep in. Like, let me enjoy, you know? And so it's tough, bro, but it's just like my mindset has changed with the gym, you know? It's like motivation comes and goes. I'm not motivated to go when I'm tired, but it's like, it's discipline, bro.
It's that discipline,
man. It's discipline of like, I woke up again, and I need this gym. Like, I'm so thankful for the gym. Like, that's like my sacred space, you know, to get right. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, bro, I'll be at the gym, you know, getting that dopamine rush, because I'll be, in the morning is when I start updating all my socials for the day. Yeah. And I'll be on my phone, then I'll work out, be on my phone. And I know that's not the best, you know, you wanna clock in and out. You know, I try to do about an hour of like a full workout. And yeah, dude, it's just, but it feels great, man. And like just staying focused in and out. Like, like I'm like, okay, well, I got an hour. I could be on my phone, but don't be too much on your phone, because that way you're going to fall behind. You're going to be late. Yeah. Then everything else is going to be behind. So it's not perfect. It's not perfect. There's days I wake up late. I still go to the gym, you know, and then my whole schedule is kind of back. But yeah, the gym, then when I walk the dogs, you know, those are my priorities. Yeah. You know, as long as I was telling my roommate the same thing, it's like, as long as I get those two things done, then it's me time. Those are me time, but I mean, like, now I can go work on, you know, responding to messages, or, you know, whatever else projects I'm doing in the morning, writing a song, whatever. I do it after I go to the gym and I go on the walk.
See, that's interesting, because one of the things that I do, If I have to post something on my personal page in the morning, I'll try to do it early in the morning and get off social. But I would say 90% of the time, I don't get on social media until probably like around 10:30, 11 a.m. Because at least to me, like before I used to start my day on social.
Yeah.
And you would like, fuck, that guy already woke up, or like, they launched this, they did that, and you haven't done shit, and you're like, I'm behind. So that already puts you on that stress. So I learned this from a mentor, and then I just kind of been applying it. And like you said, I'm gonna keep it real. There's times that I can't, like, or like I don't know where, like I'll just go in for a quick second and I'll see something. I'm like, I'm already like going, So, but having that morning routine that you're talking about, like. Is that like, you will say that that's part of like, like your happy success, and does it play a big factor on your career and your life?
It does, bro. It does. And now it's just so normal.
Yeah.
That I want to say no, but it does. Because before I had that routine, it was like you're just kind of floating in the wind. You're just kind of seeing where the day's gonna take you today, and then you're doing this, you're doing that. Oh, maybe today I'll do this, maybe I'll do that. This has been a long journey of getting to this point. Maybe 2-3 years ago, I was taking my dog out, but I would randomly take him out in the afternoon. Then I'd maybe go to the gym at this time. Everything was scattered. There was no organization. There was no precise scheduling. Because I also do graphic design, right? And so I start doing that about 1:30. So my goal is like, I love mornings, bro. I'm a morning person. I love mornings. I just always been that way, Like, I don't know. I'm the most productive in the morning.
Yeah.
And so my goal is to get like at least, gym, dog walk, and then whatever else project I want to do before 1, I have that time frame. And it feels good, man. It feels good. To give yourself that time. You have to give yourself that time. Yeah. But what you were saying earlier, it's that, right? Without, like, I need to maybe start trying that, like not getting on my phone right in the morning and giving yourself that day. But yeah, I mean, a lot of it is, I also wake up, and when I go on the walks, I listen to, meditations, prayers, just taking that time to, I don't do it every morning, but, I take time to just pray and just say thank you. I'm walking the dog, and I'm just saying it out loud,
Wow.
And that helps a lot. That helps a lot, man.
Dude, I do that just like how you say, man. I do that too. Like, I walk the dog and I look at the sky and I'm like, thank you, God, for another day.
Yeah.
And dude, and I'm sure you feel this way, but to me, bro, I'm like, it don't matter what happens in the day, bro. I'm good, bro.
Exactly.
I'm like, thank you, God. I'm alive. Like, dude, I'll think about my dog, bro. Like, and I go like in deep places, like when I don't have him anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, thank you, like that I'm enjoying this walk with my dog.
Yeah.
Because I know nothing lasts forever, and I know like that shit's like creepy when you think like that. But
no, it's the truth. Though.
But that's what being in the present moment is all about, guys. Yep. Because when you're in the present moment, you're like, dude, this is only happening one time.
Exactly.
I told that to
That's my biggest motivation.
Dude, I'm like, bro, let's enjoy this because this is only happening one time.
Yeah, we never know if we're ever going to get this again. And you reminded me what really helped me get into this routine, which I think it was, again, 5 months ago, I think, in the beginning of the year or a little bit after, is I read the book, The Power of Now. Yeah, no, but like what really snapped me into reality, we're talking about the present, or the present of now,
Yeah.
Being in the now. I don't know if you've read it, the book, The Power of Now.
Yeah. I haven't read it.
So I didn't read it. I listened to it on audiobook.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of, dude, I listen to all audiobooks because I don't have time to read.
Exactly.
I try to read 10 pages a day, but if I want to read a whole ass book, bro, I got to listen to it.
Yeah, same. And so I was in a place, bro, where I wasn't happy,
When was this?
It was about 5-6 months ago before I started, doing the graphic design job.
Yeah.
I was working at a warehouse, and again, I was thankful for that job because it helped me get in a better, stable place financially, and it was better compared to who I was a year ago. But then you get to a point where it's like, I want more than this. You know, I was tired of it.
Yeah.
So I started listening to self-developing books while I was working that job. You know, I had my headphones in. I wasn't happy where I was at. And it's funny because I posted on Facebook at that time, like, does anybody know about graphic design jobs? Because I actually really enjoy that side of being creative. And it was funny because where I got a job now, I found it because I posted that status. But going back to the book, it was just so powerful, like talking about, you know, because I recommend it because it talks about spirituality too.
Yeah.
And just how important it is to be in the right now. And it just like opened up my eyes and just snapped me back into like who I used to be.
Wow.
And
so good.
That's where that routine really came from, bro. That routine of the morning, everything that I've been at right now is because of that book. And now I want to read it again or listen to it again just to remind me.
I'm going to get it on audiobook.
Yeah, do it because it was powerful, man. Like, I've never said that a book. Well, there's a couple books that I could say that about, I guess. But that one is the most recent one, you know? And... yeah.
Well, dude, and you know what's crazy? That the moment you start living that way, I see it in my own life. I see like how a lot of people out in the real world, bro, they're lost.
Yeah.
A lot of people are lost, and they're only. I always feel like they're only lost because they haven't really taken the time to, you know, look at themselves and be like, okay, man, like,
what do I want to do?
What do I want to do? What do I want to do? And how do I do it? And okay, I know this is going to be hard, but I'm not going to quit. Mm-hmm. Because, dude, like, think about it, bro. Like, dude, 10 years ago, it's a long time. But if you think about it, like, imagine if you put 10 years of just achieving your goals. Like, life is going to be hard no matter what way you decide to go, not achieving your goals or trying to achieve your goals.
Yeah.
You'd rather 100% of the time be on this side.
Yeah, of course.
Because you're going to hit some, like how you were talking about that you had that taste of success. Mm-hmm. You're going to have those tastes and they feel really good.
Oh, yeah.
So one of the things that I always, you know, like about you is the way you manage your social media. I've been meaning to ask you this. So, like, how do you come up with the memes, bro? Like, sometimes too, bro, like, you'll post some Facebook statuses that I'm like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? But here's the thing. I also understand, like, how marketing works.
Yeah.
Bro, you get a lot of traction on Facebook, bro. Like, people going at each other, like, all this funny shit. And I'm like, this fucking guy, like, he gets it, especially the memes, bro.
Yeah.
So talk to me about that. Like, because one of the things that we're going to launch here soon is making entertaining content.
Yeah.
And you already do it, and you mix it with your branding, your business. Explain to me that, bro.
Oh, man. Honestly, I think, again, it's just a lot of experimenting. To be honest.
In the lab. You're in the lab too,
just
bro.
Experimenting, man. Just experimenting. You know, I notice, which I can't complain, right? Let's say, like, I'll get more interaction when I post a dumb meme or a dumb status than when I'm like trying to flex or when I'm trying to like be like, oh, look at this music thing, right? Because that's just the reality of it. You know, I could either be the victim and be like, oh, no one supports me, blah. You know, I'm doing a bad marketing job on that. But it's like, okay, how can I add a value with a funny meme and get interaction so people are still talking about me and they're keeping their eyes my direction. If they want to check out the music, cool. If they don't, that's cool too. But they're clicking, they're right there. Like, what the fuck? And it's so funny you say that, man. It's so funny because to me, it's just like, I don't think about it. I get inspired by other content and I just recreate it. And sometimes there are times where I'm like, damn, that was a little wild. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But I'm like, nah, bro, it's like, it's just a joke or it's just social media. It's just funny. you know. And I do think about it sometimes. I'm like, man, people might have a certain perception of me, but who gives a fuck? You know, honestly, who cares? Because people are gonna judge or people are gonna think this and that regardless. So I'm like, I might as well confuse them or might as well make them think that I'm this when I'm really not.
Yeah.
You know, because it's just for entertainment purposes. I'm an entertainer. I'm here to entertain. So, yeah, dude, you're not the only person that, like, even my roommate, before he moved in, he literally was like, bro, the memes you post are funny. And I'm like, what? Like, out of everything you're going to talk about is my memes.
Bro,
like,
it's
that's
just like,
hilarious.
it's different, you know? So it's different because out of nowhere, you just, you know, you're going music, business, and bam, meme. And they're like fucking hilarious. You're like, shit. And then that actually makes people look what you're doing and, you know, and see your new stuff. So I think that's smart marketing, bro. Keep doing it because like it's working. So, but yeah, so we're going to wrap this up. So one of the things that I like to ask here at the end is to all my guests that come in, what's something that you're grateful for right now?
Man, I mean, I'm grateful for everything, bro. Honestly, I'm grateful for everything right now. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm just grateful for life, bro. I'm just grateful to be alive. I'm literally everything that I have in my life right now, I'm grateful for it. Everything. The good, the bad, the ugly, all of it, bro.
Amazing.
All of it. I mean, it's just, I just enjoy my life right now. I don't have things figured out. I feel this, that. It's just like, bro, I'm just thankful, bro. I'm breathing right now. Like, I'm in the moment. Like,
let's get it.
Yeah, dude. Because we get caught up sometimes too much in the, you know, negative and all that. And then you do got to feel it and you got to be like, whew. And then you come back and you're like, okay.
Exactly.
Let's keep going. You know, you got to acknowledge it. You know, I think that's the biggest problem with people or just in general. It's like we try to escape from that feeling. But that feeling right there is what should be pushing you forward, you know? So, yeah, dude, I'm grateful for everything, bro. I'm grateful for life, for music, just everything, man. So, yeah.
All right, man. So, well, it was good having you here today, bro.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. So, just to wrap it up, so what's your social so people can follow you, support, watch the cool memes and all that cool shit?
Yeah, you can follow me on all my social media, Santos Jaguar, WW. Stands for worldwide because that's, you know, that's the goal. You know what I'm saying?
Ya tú sabes.
Ya tú sabes, you know, inspired by Pitbull. But yeah, all my social media, Santos Jaguar, WW, all of them. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, just kidding. All of them, bro. Snapchat. Yeah, all that.
All of it. Cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you for listening to this episode. Just remember, let's keep encouraging each other and we'll see you next time. Peace.